Welcome to Guzzler.
Hello and welcome back to the Guzzler podcast. We are actually back this week after a technical difficulty.
We don't know that yet.
A technical difficulty that it was my fault. Let's be honest. How are you, boys?
Yeah, all right, mate.
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Thank you.
So today we're carrying on with my little animals series. Before we can record together again and do some proper podcasting. Today we're doing creatures of the deep. We're going to talk about fishes and aquatic life.
Just sort of like deep creatures. They're quite like somber, quite thoughtful.
Yep.
They live in their mind a lot.
Yeah.
I just done goldfish and koi. That's all I looked up.
Great.
Goldfish and koi.
Brilliant.
Are they interesting?
It's going to be a long podcast.
No. Not at all. Not even a little bit, actually.
No.
That's what I found out.
I looked at some mad fish, particularly the octopodes.
I skipped octopodes because I thought we already covered them, hadn't we?
Octopodes my favourite fish.
I thought
Marine
somebody
life,
would
I
bring
should
them
say.
up.
Are octopodes a fish?
No, they're not. But my
Okay,
favourite,
good.
my
I'm
favourite
glad we've
marine
established
life.
that.
Yeah.
Because we have a history of you being wrong, so I'm glad we've started out. Yeah.
Fact
You
number
like to hear
one.
my facts? Yeah, fact number one. An octopus is a fish.
It's not.
It's not.
It doesn't have a spine.
No, actually, I've got a fact about an octopus and its non-existent spine. An octopus is actually the only conscious invertebrate, and it has thinking abilities, individual emotions, and personalities, and it can form relationships with humans.
Anyway,
Right,
moving on.
Have I frozen?
Yeah, there was that documentary won an Oscar, isn't it?
Yeah, it did.
yeah, it's called Finding Dory. You've seen it.
No, that's not a documentary, you tit. That's
Well,
fine,
actually, fact number two actually is that there was once an octopus in Australia that wriggled out of its tank and went across the floor through the marine park and then into the water, which is actually like Finding Dory. So I'll have you know that Finding Dory is in fact a documentary. Fact number two.
I don't know.
It's not.
You jump to conclusions there.
What was that documentary called, the octopus one?
It's Finding Dory.
Was that My Octopus Mate or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's not that.
Is it My Octopus Teacher?
No, My Octopus Teacher.
That's it.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't actually mate, but
I thought it was
I
My
dunno.
Friendly Octopus.
My
No, it
Octopus
is
Geezer.
My Octopus Teacher.
My Friendly Octopus. The octopus down the road. He seemed alright though, didn't he, that octopus?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the octopodes.
I know you are.
Declan, do you want to start as it's your
Yeah.
Podorino?
The
You
oldest.
started, Louis, already.
Mine was just knowledge that I was lending to you. The podcast hasn't officially started yet.
Guzzler podcast.
Right. The oldest fish ever recorded was an Australian lungfish at 65 years old.
It's quite young, isn't it?
I was gonna say this. I think like
It's older than I'm going to make, but...
Was there not a shark that was found recently? I know sharks are fish, but it was like 400 years old, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's that mad. That.
Yeah, it
No, that is an
it
old
was
fish.
blind and
Shark.
had like his skin was rotting off it while it was swimming about. That
Yeah.
was what was weird about that one.
Do you think sharks aren't fish?
They aren't.
They are fish, aren't they? They are fish, but they're like.
Sharks are fish.
Well, you know,
These boys
things get
okay.
picky.
Sharks are fish.
What I'd like to say is that I think anything that lives in the ocean
Is
I'm
a
gonna call it
fish.
fish.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you that now. For this podcast, whatever lives in the ocean is a fish.
Alright, and I just want to clarify, as a scientist, it's not true. Dolphins and whales are mammals, sharks are fish.
Yeah. No.
I'm going to call
we get
dolphins
that,
and whales fish.
but we don't care.
Jellyfish,
for this
however,
podcast,
hang on.
I'm glad you
aren't
agree.
fish.
Yeah.
How are sharks fish? Because they lay.
They got gills, bro.
Yeah, but they give birth, don't they?
No.
Yeah, to a pup.
They do. Yeah, to a pup.
Dogs.
Yeah, that's how dogs
To puppies.
are born,
they give
you
birth to
idiot.
puppies.
Yeah, and then the octopodes come up and yeet them out the water onto the
Yeah.
land.
And then they lay on beaches just flopping around for ages until their
Dogs.
fins fall
flop
off.
around.
Yeah,
Until their fins
until
fall
they're
off.
picked up by storks and then they're dropped off a pedigree.
You call yourself a scientist. You don't know anything. It's actually embarrassing.
You two idiots.
So a shrimp has its heart in its head. which is similar to Declan, only his is in the head of its penis.
My heart is in the head of my penis.
Yes.
Really, your joke should have been your brain is in your penis, but you've up now. It's too late.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be a fact, would it, if I said the shrimp's brain is in its head?
True.
Because you meant to think. The saying is you're thinking with your penis, not feeling with your penis, isn't it?
Exactly.
True, yeah.
I'll do both, but
Yeah. So wait. What? Let's go back to the actual fact.
How else am I meant to know where
shrimp's
doorknobs
heart is
are?
in its head.
Its heart is in its head. Where's its brain?
In his
Penis.
ass.
Didn't look that. You didn't think I'll look that up.
No, it's probably in its rib cage.
Or do you think it's just next to it? You got them both in the same spot.
No, it's in his
Probably,
penis.
Do they have penises, shrimps?
It might just be next to each other. So if you rip the head off a shrimp, it will definitely die because the brain and the heart will go. But if you rip the head off of anything, I imagine it would die.
Apart from a chicken.
Chickens.
Oh yeah, chickens.
Chickens.
Once they're 3 years, that head,
There's got to be other animals you can rip their head off.
Like
And
the
then
saying.
a worm.
Yeah.
Froobs.
Fruits.
You rip their head off and it falls out or something.
Alfie, just because you can eat it doesn't make it an animal.
There's that advert, isn't there?
Yeah, rip its head off and suck its guts out, innit?
That's it. Yeah. Right, I'm going to tell you my fact that's nothing to do with animals.
Alright.
Why not? It's to do with gold.
What?
It's to do with gold.
Alright.
And how much gold there is in the oceans. But the reason I think it's cool, right?
2 grams.
There's 20 million tons of gold in the oceans.
I was well off.
Right? But it's like diluted. It's like very, very fine. It's just sort of dispersed. So it's absolutely worthless. You could never, ever gather it, ever. It's just like dissolved into the oceans. But it's enough gold that everyone on Earth could get 9 pounds of it, which is quite a lot of gold.
Yeah. Is that £9 in currency or literally £9 worth of gold?
If it was 9 quid's worth of gold, that would be a bit shit, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you mean £9
I mean,
weight.
the weight.
I'm glad you specified
LBS.
that it is actually worthless though, because I'm sure someone will listen to this podcast and go, I'm going to collect up all 20 million tons of gold, and
Nath was looking at flippers on eBay already, mate.
yeah, he's
And a diving tank. He was well excited. He was driving on Stanton. He was in the car.
and stance.
There is actually like big lumps of gold and stuff as well, but it's just not worth getting. It costs too much money to go to the bottom of the ocean and get some gold. It's not worth it.
So female dolphins, they sing to their babies in their wombs.
What do they sing?
They sing
Shakira,
I'll Get Knocked Down by
Shakira
Chumbawamba.
What did you say, Declan?
I mixed 2 artists up. I
You
said
said Shakira Aguilera.
yeah, Shakira Aguilera.
Shakira Aguilera. That classic.
Yeah, I read that it was.
Maybe Dolphin Pop's different.
I read that it was I'll Get Knocked Down by Chumbawamba, or I agree with another one, and they said it was Sweet Carolina by Neil Diamond. So I'm
No.
not 100%.
That's the problem
sure
with
which
these
one it
fact
was.
sites. They never agree, do they?
It'll
No, they
be
don't, no.
anything by Will Smith because he was in Shark Tale, wasn't he?
Oh yeah. It was the song Miami and Men in Black. That was what it was. There's those 2 songs on repeat.
They don't mix it up.
No.
No.
They can't sing Rockaway Baby, can they? Because they don't know what treetops are. Do they know
No,
what treetops are?
Yeah,
Probably not, no.
there's got to be some big bits of coral.
Tree. Yeah, that's not a tree.
It could make it.
I don't think they've ever seen a tree.
Why not?
I find it weird that there's.
You get
there's
dolphins
there's-
in like the Thames, though, don't you?
Yeah, but again, there's no massive
Trees
tree next
in
to
the
the
Thames.
No, but I'm saying like if you can get them there, you can probably get them in other rivers like where trees
Oh,
are.
in the pond in the park, sort of thing.
The pond.
Yeah, around all the trees.
What?
Do you think there's no trees next to a river? Is that where we're crossing? This is
I
where
don't
we're
know,
disagreeing.
You've
I
heard
think
of
you-
the
I think
Amazon,
you-
right?
You don't think there's a river
Yeah.
with trees near it?
I let it have it out, so I didn't say it.
Because there probably is, right? I'm not being an idiot here.
You've-
There's probably trees next to rivers.
Louis, you've got one more
Maybe.
episode of being an idiot because it's always for 4 episodes in the middle of the quarter.
And then you'll be
Yeah,
right,
it
mate.
is.
And then you'll be back to your normal, not that intelligent self. Just cruising in that zone. Yeah.
Right in that sweet spot.
That's where the Guzzler boys like to operate, really.
Yeah,
Almost intelligent, but also thick as shit.
yeah.
Just right there.
We don't understand eels.
You might not, mate.
No,
You can't speak for me.
we don't.
Gather
You don't know
round.
what I know.
We,
Gather round.
we don't really get how
What
they.
do you want to know, mate? I'll tell you.
How do they lay eggs?
Bum
Well,
up.
Nah, because a female eel doesn't have any ovaries.
That's not very nice. You looked hard enough.
Oh no, sorry, I was getting really confused with humans. The eel, you said. The eel is like a Russian doll. The skin comes back and then one just is reborn. It's just like it's a Russian doll effect of eels.
But also, they swim from salt water to fresh water to salt water to give birth in Bermuda, but we don't know how they give birth because they haven't got any
Bermuda
ovaries.
Triangle, mate. No, but like,
And then they
you're
swim
saying
back.
you just don't know where the eggs come from. Is that the problem?
No one knows. We've studied them for ages. They just appear.
I just don't believe it. I can't believe it.
Google it. New eels just turn up.
They just appear.
Yeah.
I'm googling it, mate.
Imagine having like an aquarium and having one eel, and you go down one morning, like, I've got 75. Where have they all come from?
And they're all they're the only fish. I'm calling them. They're not fish, but they're the only aquatic life that swim from salt water to fresh water to salt water and back again just to give birth.
But surely, if I got 2 eels, right, put them in my pond or whatever, put a bit of Marvin Gaye on, I could just watch.
Well, I'd assume someone would have thought of that already, right?
No. You're forgetting that everyone else is idiots.
Right. No.
And also, the thing is, I've got a very comforting aura. You know pandas. You know they're quite bad at mating.
Because of the anxiety.
I've actually recently started a service where I just go and just sort of sit near them, just to sort of. They get quite comfortable and they just shag. I'll be honest with you.
You just
a bit
really
vulgar, but
horny.
You just like watching panda sex, don't you?
if there's one thing I'm good at, it's inciting other people to have sexual intercourse. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's that. So I think we should get me on the case of the eels, I reckon. Do you know what group
a blue
of jellyfish
whale?
is called? I just need to make this.
Squad.
What was the question?
What is a group of jellyfish called?
A smack.
Gelatin.
It's called a smack. Smack that like button. Sorry, I needed to do that. We never ask anyone to like us, so...
Oh, is that why we're not getting very far?
Yeah, now we will. So, a group of jellyfish is called Smack That Like Button.
And smack that subscribe.
Do you know what a group of dolphins is called?
Pod.
You're good at this, Sam. Do you know what a group of eels or oysters is called?
No.
Clan.
Oh, I thought you were saying a bed.
I just knew dolphins anyway. I've just always known
Okay.
dolphins. I was born knowing
bed.
dolphins.
A group of fish.
That's why they say 2 dolphins in a pod, isn't it?
A skull.
We're like 2 dolphins in a pod, me and you.
Yeah,
You know?
that's it, yeah. Yeah, school or
That's fair.
shoal, whatever. Yeah, smack a
I
jellyfish.
saw this exact fact. I've seen this exact fact. I can't remember what they're called though.
What?
All of them.
Oh,
I can't remember any of them.
salmon.
Oh, hang on. Nah, no idea, mate.
A draft.
Conglomerate.
Or a run. No,
Conglomerate of salmon.
a draft or a run. Sea urchins.
Horde. Herd.
Herd.
Herd. Not a horde.
Right, herd. Trout.
Shed.
Probably like a
Shed of trout. I like
convoy.
that.
Convoy of trout.
A hover of trout and turtles. A bowl, a nest, or a dole.
Shell load.
Shell load. Oh, that's nice. A shell load of
Get
turtles.
out.
I like that. Go on, someone else.
Lobsters. You got anything on lobsters?
They're tasty.
How do they communicate?
They
I heard this.
they use their claws like maracas.
No, that's not true. That would be quite nice though. Did you see that Sebastian died?
The guy who
Like,
plays him.
Sebastian.
Yeah.
No. You know Sebastian from Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He hadn't been in much since. He probably hasn't. But yeah, he died. Yeah. The little crab thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead.
What?
The crab from Little Mermaid passed away yesterday. I don't know what's confused you.
He's not real.
What do you mean? Have you seen the film?
What do you mean?
He passed away yesterday. He was like 70 something. Quite old for a crab.
Alia, listen to me. The human world
The guy
is a mess.
who voiced Sebastian
Life
did
under
actually
the
die,
sea
though.
is better than anything up there.
Lobsters
The
piss at
seaweed
each other.
is always green.
Oh, that was it. I knew it was weird.
Somebody
To communicate.
at his leg. They
Do
dream
that, Lee.
about going up there.
They pee at each other.
They pee at each other.
Communicate.
It's fine. He's
Communicate.
ignore him.
that's
He's
my
having a
neighbour
stroke.
Do you know where they pee from?
Eyeballs.
Yes.
Is that actually...
Correct.
Damn. How do we know that
They
one's
have
crying?
urine. They have urine nozzles just under their eyes because it's piss, mate. That's how I know it's
Fair enough, yeah.
fine.
Makes
Simple answer for you. I
perfect
didn't really know how
sense.
to. Yeah, and they just pee at each other from under their eyes, which is pretty weird, isn't it?
Yeah, like imagine...
How do they...
Yeah, literally a couple of drops of urine come out of my eye, and I've got to go to the doctors. What's that about? Don't make sense, does it?
So, like, I assume that, like, if they want to have a conversation with each other, like, they're sitting there in their home on a Sunday night, and they go, I really want to talk.
As they do.
However, I've got to wait till I'm bursting for a wee.
How do they
Then we
talk
can
to
have a quick chat.
themselves? Do they just piss on themselves?
I mean,
I imagine it comes out like a fire hydrant.
Yeah.
Do you need help?
No, I live alone. Who else am I going to talk to? The wall?
You could just not talk to anybody.
Yeah, but that'd be silent, wouldn't it?
That's how it works.
How do the lobsters know what each other's saying? Because it's just piss being squirted in their face.
Quantity and speed of the urine.
How do they know if they're not just urinating?
Morse code, mate.
Or if they're
..
if they're just talking.
I think you think about this too much, to be honest. It's meant to just be a little fun
Nah,
fact.
Luke, if they're actually urinating, it means like they're screaming, I am urinating, don't talk to me. Sort
Okay.
of siren.
That would make
Right.
sense. Like, I have nothing I need to say, I just really need a piss. And then they just, yeah.
And everyone is.
they
That
walk
would make
away.
sense.
Yeah.
That is good.
That would make sense, to be fair. And
Yeah.
imagine you and your girlfriend are chilling, you see her just start dead necking some water, you'd know she wants to speak, and you'd go out.
Leave, yeah.
You ask, she's getting ready to talk, I'm off the pub.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be a better system, I think.
Yeah.
So a male and female anglerfish, when they mate, they melt
I've seen
into
this.
each other. And then the male loses his eyes and his internal organs, and eventually their bloodstreams just meet and form as one.
Yeah, I saw that exact fact.
It's
And he leaves his
really-
testicles in her.
Yeah, I think it's really sexy.
And she can fuse with up to 6 other ones and have their testicles just sat in her until she's ready, till she fancies it. Right?
Electric eels and electric rays could kill a horse.
Wow.
Could. What if they fancied it?
Yeah.
If they woke up on the wrong side of the bed, mate. If you're a horse out there and you're listening,
Watch
your
out.
step.
That's pretty mad, to be
the,
fair.
the voltage is enough to kill a horse.
Voltage don't kill, current does. Voltage just gives you a shock, current kills you.
I hate it here.
Fun fact. Do you know what voltage an electric eel produces?
I don't know what's a lot, to be fair. I don't know.
2.
Yeah, I was going to say 2, yeah.
That is less than a AA battery.
3.
That is a AA battery.
5.
I think. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just trying to sound confident. 600. I've just googled it.
Really?
That'll do.
Cool.
I was close.
600 volts. Yeah.
That's actually like... So, a blue whale can consume as many calories as a person does in 180 days.
Jesus.
You'd hope so, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but like, they only eat like plankton and stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
If you were like-
however, their tongues weigh more than elephants, so they need a lot of calories to like.
That's what I
function.
mean. You'd hope so, wouldn't you? Imagine if it was like killer whale's daily calorie intake is the same as the average woman.
Yeah.
Like, that'd just be mental, wouldn't it?
That would be mental. But yeah, I just find it weird that they get that much calories from plankton.
Yeah, they eat a lot of plankton.
Yeah, but they can't be that calorie dense, surely.
They eat a lot of plankton.
It's like
Yes,
just
I mean, they
kale,
can't be
isn't it?
that
It's just
calorific.
sea kale. How much?
I mean, like I imagine they like every now and again they fill up a little bit with like, you know, small Italian men and their cats on boats. So they're filling up, you know. Every now and again they have a big meal.
A big meal, yeah.
A big meal.
Yeah,
You
by
know,
accident.
for every like 100 tons of plankton, there's like 1 Geppetto. I have nothing else. Do you get skinny whales?
Oh yeah, all the time, yeah. You never seen a skinny whale?
Do you think?
It's a dolphin. A dolphin is a skinny whale.
Not true.
That's wrong.
I know,
They're also
I don't know.
smaller in other respects. They're not just really thin, but really long.
Yeah.
That would be strange.
My facts just get shut down. It's actually disgusting.
My fun fact that I'll come up with off the top of my head: dolphins rape.
They do.
They do rape.
They do rape. They're the only other animal that we know of, anyway, that bangs for pleasure. I don't know the motives of dolphin rape. I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure.
Did you know the oldest fish hook we've dated is 42,000 years old?
Really?
Yeah.
What's it made out of?
Probably metal.
Who was about 42,000 years ago?
Polymer. It definitely. They
Your nan? Slammed.
They definitely created a polymer.
Moses, when he came out of the Red Sea and he set fire to that bush.
Not this again.
Do you know what the largest fish is?
Whale.
Big boy.
Blue whale
Whales
are
aren't
fishes. Whales
No, they're
are
not.
fishes.
No, they're not.
Lungfish.
Pardon?
Lungfish.
Whales aren't fishes.
Now lungfish can live out of water for a while, can't they? That's what I was remembering.
Lungfish?
Yeah. They create like
Is
a mucus bubble around them.
Oh,
I thought that was.
Yeah.
I saw that about rainbow fish. They create it described it as a mucus sleeping bag.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
And I'd happily have a mucus sleeping bag at Reading Festival. Anything to keep me warm.
Yeah, and literally
To be
anything.
fair, yeah.
Anything. And it's actually the whale shark, the largest fish.
Oh, I told you it's whale.
Whale shark. It's not a whale. It's a whale shark. It's up to 50 feet.
I found that the
Really?
biggest octopus was 30 feet.
What?
No,
Which is 10 metres, yeah, the wide. The biggest octopus was 30 feet, which is 10 metres wide. So it's about as tall as a two-storey house, That's it.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine diving down and a 30-foot octopus is just staring at you?
It's mad, isn't it? Yeah.
I
And
would
it said it was
shit myself.
It said it was 600 pounds as well in weight.
I would just die
The scary thing about
on the
that
spot.
is if that's the largest we know, that means there must have been larger before, because obviously octopodes are very, very old, and everything back then, because it was oxygen saturated, was a lot bigger.
The thing that terrifies me most is just the thought of like fish and animals in the sea which are just ginormous in like open space. That terrifies me. Like the idea of being in the ocean and like just whales everywhere is like
I think
proper makes me up.
that's what's quite scary about it, because we're still we don't know a lot about the ocean, as in
Not at all.
the deep ocean. Anything.
Marianas
could be
Trench.
Yeah, anything could be down there, really, couldn't it?
Yeah. Starbucks. Pret's are bloody everywhere. Got to be one of them down there.
Prezzo.
Yeah, exactly. Can't get rid of them, mate.
BP.
Benny's.
Everywhere.
Coral reefs only take up 0.2% of the ocean, and yet
Yeah, I saw that. They
25%
got a lot
of
of
life
life,
live
haven't
there. You are?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. There's not many facts, is there, on this stuff?
Yeah,
apparently?
0.2% of the ocean is coral reef, but 25% of the life lives there.
I don't have
Jesus.
anything to do with it, mate. I love stomping on coral. One of my favourite things. Love it.
Yeah. Oh, that was another thing about plurals. I've just remembered.
Yeah.
The word fish pertains to just one species. If you say fishes, it's about more than one species. It isn't a plural. It's about more than one species.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true.
What about fish odes? Like octopodes, is that a thing?
fish odes? Fish odes don't even sound good. They haven't got a ring to it.
Fodes.
ELOdes? That
ELOdes.
sounds nice. Sounds like ELO stands.
So starfish don't have brains, which is why Patrick Star is represented the way he is.
They're also not fish.
I don't know if that's true, though.
They are fish. They're jellyfish, aren't they? Aren't they meant to be a jellyfish?
No,
Is that right?
both starfish and
Jellyfish
jellyfish
aren't
aren't fish.
But a starfish is a jellyfish.
Are you drunk?
Have you seen
I'm
both?
sure. This I would admit I might be wrong. But before I come into the podcast, I'm sure that I saw that. Somebody
Alfie,
Google
fact
it.
check him.
I need to talk about something else first. You said, let me get this. You said Patrick Star is portrayed as being quite dumb because starfish don't have a brain. The main character in that exact show is a sponge, a literal sponge.
Yeah.
Do you see? Do I need to carry on?
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
You're like, oh, Patrick Star's a starfish, so obviously he's dumb in the show. But SpongeBob, oh, he's genius, mate.
To be
he's
fair,
a sponge.
one's a squirrel in a spacesuit.
Yeah, I don't see your point. Do you know not all starfish are stars? That annoyed me. One of them's just like a big circular blob.
Why are jellyfish called jellyfish then?
Because I imagine when people like first started naming these things and stuff, they weren't that familiar with.
Gelatin.
Or fish?
I mean, the only thing I've seen is jellyfish and starfish are nothing alike. That genuinely is what Google says.
Maybe that was my fact. Let me go back. Jellyfish. My fact is jellyfish and starfish are nothing alike, which is quite a cool fact. The male jellyfish actually gives birth. No. I've actually written this fact down wrong. I put male jellyfish give birth, but they don't. The male seahorse gives birth. Yeah.
Yeah. So you haven't written your fact down right.
No,
What's going on with you recently?
Also, this is another fact, and I read half of it, and I'm sure I just know the bit from memory, so I might be wrong. This isn't my fact, but is one of the tentacles on an octopus is the penis, right?
Yeah.
And it falls off, doesn't it, after sex?
Yeah.
Perfect. My fact's going to be great. The male octopus, when it breeds, its penis falls off, and then it gets dementia.
It does.
And it can't remember anything that it did before it had sex. So now it's just a penisless, memory-lost octopus.
7-tentacled septopus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Hank in Finding Dory is a septopus, and that is simply because the animators didn't have enough room to put its 8th tentacle.
Nah,
or maybe they just didn't want genitalia on their film.
Lost
so
their
they
penis.
Does he have memory loss in the film?
No.
That would have been smart though, wouldn't it?
That's
Yeah, it
Dory.
would have been. Yeah.
That would have been pretty cool.
It'd been really annoying though if
They had
all the
memory
characters in
loss.
Finding Dory just didn't have any memory.
I mean, you'd have a bit of a rewrite there, wouldn't you? But
Yeah. Well, in Finding Dory, Dory's an absolute genius. Like, what happened to her in the first film to now? A jellyfish, which is famously a fish, has no heart,
no, they're not.
no lungs,
They're not.
no brain, and its skin absorbs oxygen and doesn't
A
have
bit
any
like
blood.
you.
Yeah.
Do you know?
No brain.
That is honestly insane. It's a bacteria.
It's not.
Do you know how big the longest one was? In metres? 27
12.
metres long.
Oh, I was close.
You seen a picky?
I haven't, no.
How do you know them? How do you know?
I've seen a picture of Jesus, but I know he's real.
Oh.
You don't. That's a very, very good point, Louis. You don't. If the Bible was a picture book, mate, I'd be at church every day.
Have you?
What are you on about?
Imagine
This?
if
You haven't seen a picture of a dinosaur, but you believe that they're real.
You alright? I believe
Yeah.
they were real.
Yeah, because
But you haven't seen a picture of one.
I've seen fossils of them.
We've got
And they're
skeletons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Find Jesus' skeleton. Go on. do
Imagine
it.
imagine if the Bible started with like, in the beginning, God created heavens and earths, and there was just a selfie of God. I'd believe in him.
Hashtag
I'd
YOLO.
believe in him. He just went, oh, here I am, by the way. Bit
Hashtag,
of a geezer, bit
hashtag
of a lad.
beginning of time.
Yeah.
Hashtag Sundays off.
That's a picture of it.
Nice.
Look,
I'd
Louis-
ask you,
For the viewers at home, Louis just drawn a badly shaped
he's drawn a
octopus.
jellyfish,
That's him.
and he's drawn 27 metres, but not from the start of the jellyfish. He's gone from the bottom of the jellyfish's head.
Tentacles.
So
Yeah,
they've
yeah.
measured it wrong, is what I've seen, just there. It's significantly larger than 27 metres, is what I've just been established.
And also, they're 98% water. And I actually read this, and it said that if they're like washed up on the shore, they could actually almost disappear when the water evaporates.
Most lipsticks contain fish scales.
So they're clearly not vegan then, most lipsticks, because they've literally got fish scales in them. That's mad.
Yeah.
Why?
Funnily enough,
Is
I
there a
don't wear
benefit to
lipstick,
that?
so it doesn't really matter. I don't know. And did you know fish scales? They never get more scales. The scales just get bigger, and that's how they date fish, because it's like carbon dating.
When you get a shoal or a school of fish, and they all move, millions of them, and they all move in the direction at the same time, how do they do that?
The fish in the middle dictate where they're going. Fish on the outside just kind of follow.
Laser pointer pen.
No, Alfie, that's cats.
The one in the mid. Oh yeah.
Was it like Riverdance, where one hits
Catfish?
one and they all do it? It's because they've got lateral lines, which is like a row of paws that goes from head to toe, and there's little hairs on them. They sense water pressure change. So
Like cat paws.
no, like pollades, and they all move at the same time.
How was that a good explanation?
Porrays,
What
like
you've just mentioned?
P-O-R-E-S.
You've just
Yeah,
mentioned
that's a better
catfish.
explanation.
You've just mentioned catfish. They have 27,000 taste buds. The average human has 7,000.
Yeah, I saw that fact. That's nice, isn't it?
Why do they need?
Yeah, but
Why do they
all
need
they
to
eat
taste
is
that much?
trash.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like they've got a lovely
They don't
steak
eat
with hollandaise
anything
sauce, is it? Like, do you even have steak with hollandaise sauce? I don't know. But nonetheless, they're not eating great grub, are they?
Yeah, what's the point?
The Michelin stars of the sea.
It's a waste of good taste buds, isn't it? Might as well give them to me.
Well, they need to taste human arm for noodling, don't they?
Well, in Shark Tale 2, I'm assuming then that Oscar will open a restaurant, and they need to jump on this train where the catfish are the food critics, because clearly in an animated film they would be the food critics.
We're going to make a good animated film.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting from this.
Yeah.
We have lobsters just urinating all over each
I'm
other.
not getting that.
Yeah.
That's going to be hot.
Yeah, that'd be really good. Picture this. There's a restaurant, and there's a food critic, which is a catfish, and then it pans along. There's two lobsters over dinner, and they just urinate each other from their eyes.
Exactly. And then there's a squid. He's quite forgetful, and he's only got 7 tentacles. And we won't, because it's a kids' film, we won't mention it, but the adults will know it's because he's lost his knob. Job done. He's quite forgetful, obviously. You get a lot of good humour from that.
Yeah, and then he could be sitting at the table with a starfish who's also just going.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Genius.
we've actually got this. Yeah.
Right. Anyway, the sailfish is the fastest fish. It can get
The
up
what?
to like the sailfish.
Oh,
It can get up to like
sour.
70 mile an hour.
Oh, okay. That's
the
it's
seahorse-
fast.
The seahorse is the slowest. And I think it's something like the miniature seahorse or the dwarf seahorse or something like that. Can only travel at less than 5 miles an hour.
That's sad.
And
What, if he goes? Is it like if he goes above 5 miles, he's shot?
It's like the film Speed. He just
No, they just-
explodes.
Yeah.
they just can't
It's like
reach
the
it.
reverse of Stephen King's Long Walk.
Like
He was
humans,
above 5 miles, I was shot in the head.
like humans can't reach 30. It's not because the threat of death. It's because they physically.
It's the only reason I don't go above 30, mate.
Well, my last fact is that damselfish tend to algae gardens. They have their own gardens and they'll attack anything that goes near them.
That's good. A bit like Animal Crossing.
No.
No.
Better. You heard of Peter's elephant fish? I've lost the fact. It's the only fish they've ever observed playing with an object. Basically, they had some, and they used to get like aluminium foil balls, like tin foil balls, and they used to swim up to the water filter, and they used to just put the ball in and then watch it whiz away. And they used to do it for hours because it's really fun.
Have they not seen a dolphin play with a ball?
Dolphins aren't fish.
Oh.
Keep circling back to this.
And
Again,
we could
dolphins and whales aren't fish.
We could put those fish in a scene in the film in a school, maybe playing with an aluminium
This is
ball.
what I'm thinking.
And then
Exactly
the eels
right.
come over, who are also in the school, and they're the bullies, and they electrocute.
And they kill a horse.
Yeah, they could if they want, really. Different narrative, I suppose, but they electrocute the metal ball, is what I'm thinking. I'm also thinking about the idea of jellyfishes being on smack. Get it? Because they're a smacky jellyfish. I think that's brilliant.
That is actually quite smart.
Again,
That's actually quite nice.
This week's podcast has taken another weird turn.
Weirdly, that's the smartest thing Louis said all podcast.
It is
That's
actually.
nice.
Yeah.
Cheers for
I
that.
actually like that.
It's the smartest thing he said for a few weeks. What was your beer like?
I thought it was alright.
Yeah, it actually was alright. It says on here, it was established in 1278.
You what? You sure it ain't the best before, mate?
No, at the top left it says established 1278.
If that is the best before,
It tastes like it's probably best before, I'll be honest.
Yeah, established 1278. That's crazy.
That's just rubbish, isn't it? There's a typo there.
What do you mean?
I think it was 1978. I think they meant to put.
It's only like 740 years ago. Not even that long.
It's the original Bohemian white beer, 5%. It's just a Czech pale ale. It's called Albrecht. Yeah, white beer, unfiltered, unpasteurised. It's the same crap that we say every week about the beer.
All the time. We only ever say the same stuff, mate.
It was
I thought it was quite nice.
It's in a nice little bottle.
Is that that's the only nice thing you can say about
It's in a small, dumpy bottle. No, it's actually quite a nice beer.
Oh, it says on it may contain sediment. That's going to be in my head now.
Oh, store in a cool, dark place.
Hey,
You know where else? There's sediment?
Go on.
the ocean.
Yeah. This actually does say store in a cool, dark place. That's actually crazy.
We should keep it.
I actually want to talk about two wines briefly. This week I'm
It
drinking.
says store in cold and dark place.
Yeah, store in cold and dark place.
This week I'm drinking Reinesen Wine Lovers My Treasure. It's from Aldi. It's a Pinot Grigio. It says, when a wine has a name that normally only lovers would call each other, it's a sign of a great passion. Working with young winemakers, we pour just that kind of passion into this collection and show Reinesen our love. It's 13%. It's a store in a cool dark place. It's all right. It's an average wine. It's nice. Don't get me wrong. I'd have it. However, I do want to briefly talk about the wine I had last week, which was Baron Amarillo's Albarino 2020 Rias Biax. Now, this is a Spanish wine, I believe. And this one says, the Albarino grapes grown in the Atlantic winds of northwest Spain, there you go, create a fresh flavour complemented by stone fruit and floral notes. The intense aromas and crisp, clean finish make the perfect accompaniment to seafood, pasta and Japanese dishes. Store in a cool dark place. This was incredible. This is a really, really good wine. To anyone that can nip into Aldi, they're both from Aldi, by the way, and get Baron Amarillo. It's quite a cool label on the bottle. I think it cost me like 7-8 quid, something like that. Gorgeous, really, really nice. Probably in my top 3. Grab it.
It's not podcast friendly though.
Excellent.
Drink that and you'll mess up all the podcasts in the surrounding area. None of them will be available for release.
Yeah, so that was the end of our fish podcast. What we got next week?
Mine.
Yours.
Yeah. I remember panicking last week because I didn't have a clue. I know what I'm doing.
What?
Right, see you next week. Thanks for listening. Now I'm gonna do superstitions.
Okay, cool.
Oh, nice.
But not just like ours, like different cultures and stuff, they're superstitions.
That's cool.
Cool.
So find some weird ones, boys.
Excellent.
Cool.
Right. See you next week.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this Guzzler podcast.